we live?
We are live. It's just before 8 p.m., so we're going to go ahead and let some people jump on. Wait for our guests to arrive. Streaming in live from Tallahassee, Florida on on Facebook Live as well as Periscope. Hopefully our Periscope friends can see us. It's a little dark for Periscope. But you see there's a special guest. Whoop, whoop. So join us. Invite your friends. Did you just cut the light on that I had on earlier?
From my phone.
Always a rhyme or reason.
For my phone, we were good with video. She doesn't have my phone.
I think you're trying to say I have a low grade phone.
Oh wait, no, you said that yourself.
Listen. This is not going to work, friends. Y'all hear her? She cutting up already.
Barely.
She ain't been on for 5 minutes yet. She's about to get put off. Why you can't do all of that with mine?
I don't think you have any buttons.
You didn't try.
Did you try?
I don't know what all this stuff means.
You don't have any buttons.
Well, we are going to go ahead and get started. It is our Sunday sprint, and we all know what that means. We come to you live on Sunday evening, right at 8 p.m. to give you a few nuggets to help guide you through the week. We don't stay on here long because just like you have things to do, we certainly have things to do. But it's important enough for us to pop on and just give you some words of wisdom, some nuggets that will get you not just beyond today, but some things that we hope you can take and let manifest in your life for days and weeks and months to come. So grab a hold of what we've got. Like I said, we got a special guest. But before we can even let you know about our guest, we'll talk to you a little bit about why we even have a guest and why she's so important to us and to tonight's Sunday sprint.
Oh, that's for me to go. This wonderful young lady here has stated on several occasions, it's probably been one of the most consistent things that she said, that she wants to go into broadcast journalism.
Yes.
And a couple things that Marquita and I have been hearing lately has been,
I said, watch what you speak. Talked about voice activation last week.
So voice activation, not giving in to fear, and if you say that you want it, you have to be willing to put the work in. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, I want, and you can fill in the blanks, but when it comes down hard to put in the work, hard work, nitty gritty, things that need to get done, we usually tend to shy away because it's outside of our comfort zone. So today, Kiara got the task of let her know that, well, I let her know she was going to be on the Sunday sprint. So the whole process that we go through in the topic and planning and all that, I have no idea what we're talking about today. So I will fill in.
Before we pass it on, I noticed your shirt says breathe you or you breathe. Are you telling us to breathe?
Whoa. Shirt says breathe you, University.
What is that all
so
about?
for all my Breathe You fans members, brothers and sisters out there, what's up? Breathe You is a community, more like a family of like-minded individuals that have aspired that they wanted more. One of my mentors, Dr. Eric Thomas, had this idea to put Breathe You together, and since 2013 it's been blowing up.
Do any of the coaching opportunities or tips, do you use that in your everyday life, or is it just in work? Does it transfer to your family? is it something that is siloed, or is it something that kind of transcends every area of your life?
Every area. I use it at work. I use it at home. I use it with the kids. I use it with the wife. Not this one, but this one.
Oh no.
This one. It's just it's really it's just different ways to. It gives you different principles to deal with the everyday things. There used to be a time that you'd say something and I'd flip off at the handle. Now, I mean, and she can. This one can
She made
attest to
a face.
that.
Did you see that?
Saw that. I don't. Now, don't get it twisted. I can. I just don't. Understanding people and feelings and emotions, and all those other things that go along with just becoming a better person.
So would you say that some of the things that you've been through with Breathe University, with Dr. Eric Thomas, and things that I know you've mentioned before, the Fifth Quarter Living Movement, with Pierre Evans.
That's my personal coach.
Some of the things that you've developed through both of these entities helped to kind of position Kiara to be here today to speak out, and has that helped you want to push her forward a little bit more, and you see some more value in giving her tips to pursue this thing called life?
I would say yes. Understanding that you have to, I mean, and I said it earlier, if you say you want it, whatever that it is, I mean, you have to A, have a plan, and B, you have to be willing to execute that plan. A lot of times, and I'll just use New Year's Eve, we say we want to lose weight or whatever the case may be, and we're good for like the first 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 days, and after that something happens and then we fall off, and then you spend the whole entire year talking about whatever got in the way. So I would say just being able to be focused, I mean a whole lot more focused, being able to increase my confidence. It used to be a time, a real quick funny one, it used to be a time I would go to trainings and would dread to go to trainings. I won't say that I love all trainings, but going in with a different mindset as to what can I get out of the training that's going to benefit Regroup for Change, me at work, me at home, with Marquita, with the kids, everything. So
very cool. So I don't know how many of you can see my shirt, but it says I Mom. And the premise behind it is that we do a lot as moms, that we nurture, we support, we encourage, we discipline, we build up. Sometimes we even tear down for the purpose of building up, of course. You know, there is that scripture that says we spare the rod, we spoil the child. But then there's also scripture about discipline, and that thee who is not disciplined is not loved. But I got all of that going on with our mom. So I take my role as a mom very seriously. So I'm excited to see what this young lady is going to pour out into us today. I believe her topic is the secrets of a teen. I might have it wrong, and she'll correct me in just a second. But this is her time to shine. If you have questions, drop them in. And as she's speaking, we'll try to help chime in if we can. Or if she asks us a question, we'll respond. But if you have a question, we'll make sure that one of us gets you a response. So without further ado, take it away.
Hi, I'm Kiara. I've been on here before, like a couple months ago. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about 3 secrets about being a teenager. I can't spill all my secrets.
yeah, I was just about to ask you, are you going to get in trouble for these secrets?
No.
Okay.
I thought about what secrets I was going to put on here, because
She didn't want us to know.
Yeah, I'll spill them in 2 years when I graduate. They can know then. Okay.
And then get her sisters in trouble.
Yeah, well, not my issue anymore. Okay, secret number 1. All the time that we spend scrolling on Instagram or whatever social media medium that we use is not always wasteful time. We are not always just seeing oh, let's see what Sally wore the first week of school, or let's see how Johnny got his hair cut. That's not.
So what are you doing?
It can be used for educational purposes.
Give me an example.
Example would be when all the riots happened in Charlottesville. If I believe that if I didn't have social media, I don't watch the news. If I didn't have social media, I don't think I would have been able to know about it. And I did actually use my social media platform as, like, to also inform other people that didn't know about it. I got a few comments of people saying, is this happening right now? Like, it was happening that day and they didn't even know about it. So I was able to, like, inform people. Something else I learned on social...
You were using it for civic engagement.
Yes.
So you are civic minded.
Yes. And that's my committee for student government. Woo!
What's the name of the committee?
Citizenship development.
Citizenship development. How long have you been in student government?
This is my second year. Best decision ever. I should have done it freshman year.
What's your interest?
In student government?
Mm-hmm.
I just like, okay, I want to be a producer in mass communication, so I like the whole being behind the scenes aspect of student government. A lot of people don't know how much goes into the events that happen at school. People just show up and say, oh wow, this was amazing, but they don't know how much money, how many hours, how much money the school spent, how much like money that like actual members have spent bringing in stuff, how many hours you spent setting up and everything. I just think that people don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes. I like being behind the scenes. I don't mind it. So yeah, that's what I like.
I think that's an excellent point, because I don't think that just goes to what happens at school and what happens for certain events. I think it transcends every area of our lives, whether it's a church event, a sorority event, a work event, a school event, whatever it is. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make things happen. And people think they can just show up or say they're going to show up and not show up. Like, think about a wedding. When people are planning for weddings, it takes a lot of time, money, and other resources. And for you to say you're going to come and then you not show up, that's like a slap in the face of the bride and the groom. And they play for your plate, fool. But anyway, so I don't think people recognize how much goes into planning events and even advertisement to try to get people to come out. So I'm glad you're learning it on your own way.
But understand, and we've talked about it before, that's just knowing what your gifts are. If you know that you don't want to be on the front line and you operate better from behind the scenes, knowing that at 16 is a whole lot better than trying to figure it out at 40. Because going into it, you can position yourself and volunteer and put yourself in certain situations to hone that gift.
Yeah, I think I realized I wanted to be behind the scenes. Well, when I was in like 8th grade, I wanted to be like the person in front of the camera. I wanted to be Oprah or Robin Roberts. But
money, 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 money.
Yeah. But then I realized
take care of your parents. Oh,
yeah.
She went too far.
But then I realized that when things were happening behind the scenes, like I liked making things happen, and then being able to look back and like seeing everyone smile and like enjoy it and be like, yeah, I'm the one that did that. But people don't even know, and it doesn't even matter that people don't know, because I get enjoyment or I am satisfied by seeing other people happy at the events. But
And she practices at home. She yells at. She
force
dictates what needs to be done at home with her sisters.
I just distribute the work evenly. They would say different, but something else I've learned on social media, actually I learned this like yesterday, is that there was a man who was wrongfully put into jail because a woman wrongfully accused him, like said that she was raped by him when she wasn't, when he said that she was raped by him when she wasn't, and he spent 6 years in jail and he's just now getting out. And he was, if I believe right, he was fresh out of high school, about to be like a big football star, big NFL football star,
She's
but
about to mess this up. Go ahead.
But that girl ruined his career, and now his lawyers are saying that he needs $100 for every day he spent in jail, which is over $200,000, which is a whole nother, that's a lot of money, but that's a whole nother, I'll come back and talk about that later. So yeah, everything we are doing on social media is not, though I do get on there just for enjoyment and to be nosy, because some people do like to post their whole lives on there. I do get nosy, just a thing of me, but it's not always just me playing around on there, even though that's what she thinks I do. Number 2, even though we don't always express it, we do love our parents. Sometimes, oh no. See, when we get older, it's more of we don't express it the same way. Like if I was like 6, I'd be like all over them, but like I'm 16, so I can love from a distance. Like the love is radiating off of me right now, even though if they don't feel it, it is. That's their problem if they don't feel it. Sometimes
She means that too.
sometimes we just, yeah, I do. Sometimes we just go into our rooms and like to be alone, but that is because we need to recharge, and then we're gonna come out and annoy you guys, and then they're gonna complain about how we're being annoying, especially her. We always laugh together. Always a good time. Always a good time.
They laughing
We
at
cracking
me.
on her last night. Anyways, but we recharge so we can come out and be annoying, and then mostly she will complain about how I'm annoying her and I need to go sit down somewhere. But then I always say, well, you're going to miss me when I'm gone, or what are you going to do when I'm not here? She still doesn't know yet, but
Call her.
no, it's not the
By
same.
then she'll have an iPhone. Maybe do FaceTime.
Hey,
I doubt
hey, speaking into existence. Come on now. Anywho, yeah. So number 3, we do care what you guys think. Sometimes when, mostly my dad is talking.
She'd be like, oh, this
Yeah.
man won't shut up.
Yeah.
All of us.
But I do listen. It is, some things do just, woo, but some things do go in one ear and stay in my head. And I've caught myself going to do something bad and then thinking, like, what would my parents do if they saw me right here in this moment? What would they say? And then I imagine their face, because they probably made it before, and I don't like the way it looks, so I don't do it.
Like what? What's something that you were thinking about doing?
Like going off campus, for example. But okay, I'm a junior. I just got my off-campus pass a week ago, last Monday. And obviously sophomore and freshman can't go off campus, but I was like, you know what? I'm a risk. I'm gonna just go to the gas station, walk with my friends. I didn't have gas station money. I was just going to go, you know? But then I was like, you know what? My mom works down the street. What if she just happened to pop by school and see me? That wouldn't really go over too well. She might embarrass me in front of my friends, and I don't have time for that. So I was like, you know what, guys? It's okay. I'm just chill in the SGA room. But now, I guess it's technically legal for me to go off, even though I don't really have anywhere to go, because I still don't have money, because that's another video. And you don't.
We'll bring her back.
Yeah. Yeah. That just brings me to like thinking about my parents' faces. I hate when my parents say I'm disappointed in you. I think you guys have only said that like once or twice maybe.
That's my line.
But I don't like it at all. It makes me feel bad. If you could say I'm mad at you, or what's another way you could say it?
I don't know. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, no, don't say that. They could say it any other way, and I probably won't feel anything. But if you say I'm disappointed, I won't like it. So yeah, it like tugs on my heartstrings every time. But yeah, those are my secrets.
She has heartstrings.
Yeah, I do. And nothing too gossipy. Can't spill all my secrets, because then I'm
You
gonna
don't
have
want
to
to get
come
kicked
up with
out of
some.
the
Yeah, I'm gonna have
kicked
to
out
come
of
up
the
with
teenage.
some new
Yeah,
ones.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, we are so excited that you came on and shared with us, because I think those are 3 critical things. You know, parents and adults don't really understand the social media age, because when we were your age, there was no
We had rotary
internet,
phones.
let alone
We had AOL, and it was a
dial up, right? So
Pay
this is all
phones.
new. So we don't really understand it. And so the fact that you've come on to share with all of us the understanding that social media for teens is more than just keeping up with the Kardashians, and it's actually
I don't like the Kardashians. I don't keep up with them.
it's actually
He comes up with the strangest.
some important things going on behind those screens. And so I appreciate you sharing that. Social media is more than a social outlet. You also shared some information about making decisions and how parents can best support their teenagers and what words not to use. And so I don't know what words our listeners, our Facebook family uses with your teens, whether they're your biological teens or teens that you mentor or otherwise, siblings, however it may be. But be careful what words you use to embrace them, to discipline them, to build them up, because what we think is edifying is actually destroying, and that's something that we have to watch out for.
That actually reminded me. I was reading something not too long ago, an article. It wasn't just something, and it was just saying like how you talk to your kids becomes their inner voice.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes, like if you think back how you talk to yourself, it didn't just come from nowhere. That's how someone, usually your parents, are talking to you. So I'm not a psychologist or anything, but maybe watch
Not
how you
yet.
talk to your kids.
Good. And then I missed the second point. Remind me again what the second point was.
Though we don't always express it, we do love you guys.
Oh, love. How teens express love. I've posted before on my personal page the communication gap between parents and kids. And every day she would get in the car and I would say, how was school? And she'd say, fine.
School is school.
But if you know I'm going to ask you that every day, then give
Have
me
an
something
answer.
more.
Hmm.
And then I'd say,
What was fine about it?
right, what was fine about it. So if you know the follow-up question, why not just knock it out the box when I first asked the question? You know what I'm trying to get at. But I say that to say the way we expect them to respond will not always be the way that they instinctively think to respond. So we're sometimes mistaken their quietness, their isolation,
Lack of engagement.
and we're thinking they're just unruly and they're mad at us and they just don't love us and don't want to be attached. Well, that's not always what's going on. So just embrace what it is. Hey, Robin! Embrace what it is that you have and know that these kids love us. And the way they share their love may be different. Just like the way you share your love with your spouse or with your parents or with your siblings or best friends is going to be different for every friend. It's going to be different for every relationship. How you respond to one boss versus another is going to be different. The way our kids respond to us is going to be different. So before we just discount them and write them off and just say they're annoying and disengaged, pull them back in and just try to recognize the way they're loving us.
And understand, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it before, the kids today are our leaders, or are tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow. So giving them the tools today that they can practice today, so when they get in the position, is really, really key.
There you have it. So we're about to sign off, but before we do, we just want to remind you, today's topic was the secrets
Was that
of a
right?
teen.
Was that your topic?
3 secrets about being 3 secrets of teenagers.
There you go. I can't
I
get
just
it
wanted to
right.
make sure that she gave her correct topic.
So we want to offer this time to you. If you have any questions about what the teen secrets are, and in addition to the things that we discussed, knowing that they do love us, watching our words and how we respond to them, and then understanding that social media is more than just a social outlet. If you have any other questions or you want to dig deeper, shoot them our way and we'll get you a response. or drop it
We'll
in.
get your response from her.
Yes. Or drop it in the Facebook comments, and we'll have her send some responses.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can get the Sunday Sprint, Wisdom Wednesdays, and our daily hacks. So with that said, we will sign off. We are Regroup for Change, and our special guest, Kiara Green. And
Was I supposed to say something?
don't ever forget, every day is a day to regroup.
Regroup for
For
change.
change. You got anything?
That part, what they said, yeah.
Peace.